Lost $1 billion a year. You are Donald Trump's apprentice. Let me talk about this
Senator,
issue
I think I'm still on my time.
Well, isn't this a discussion?
This is our open discussion.
Yeah, they talked over each other a lot. Indiana Governor Mike Pence and Virginia Senator Tim Kaine often talked and clashed over their running mates. But here's the question: did they address any real issues in last night's vice presidential debate? Indy political science professor Dr. Laura Albright joining us now to break it down. Good morning.
Good morning.
Late night, huh?
It was a fun one.
All right, it was fun, and according to CNN, they took a poll to see who viewers thought won. They had Pence by about 6 points, 48 to 42. What did you think? What was your takeaway?
Overall, I thought both candidates did a good job. I think certainly as Clinton and Trump were watching, they felt confident in their selections for vice president. I do think Pence came off a little bit better. He had a more calm demeanor. Occasionally he looked a little smug, but Kaine kept trying to attack him, and Pence did a pretty good job deflecting. And part of the debate is not only how you're doing, but how you're reaching your opponent. In that regard, I think Pence had the upper hand.
And Indiana also made that debate quite a bit, talking about Judge Curio, Tim Kaine saying, hey, your own judge, Donald Trump, basically said he can't be trusted to handle this lawsuit because his parents are of Mexican heritage.
And Pence did a good job deflecting, not defending. I think it would have been very difficult for him to backtrack and say, well, Donald Trump meant this and Donald Trump meant that. Instead, he said no, and then he basically switched the conversation. I thought that was a smart strategy. It was probably the best thing he could do, and overall, I thought he did a pretty effective job at that.
All right, let's go ahead and listen to this exchange where each were talking about the other person at the top of the ticket.
Donald Trump during this campaign has called Mexicans rapists and criminals. He's called women slobs, pigs, dogs, disgusting. I don't like saying that in front of my wife and my mother.
To be honest with you, if Donald Trump had said all the things that you said he said, in the way you said he said them, he still wouldn't have a fraction of the insults that Hillary Clinton leveled when she said that half of our supporters were a basket of deplorables.
Well, Pence did say he would defend Trump on comments about Muslims, allowing countries to have nuclear weapons. But oftentimes, Laura, I noticed that he, like you said, kind of ignored stuff that maybe he didn't necessarily agree with, Donald Trump.
And again, I think it was a smart tactic on his part. Towards the end, we got more into policy, particularly with the social issues. They talked a lot about abortion, and it was less so this bickering of he said, she said. What we just saw in that clip was a lot of hearsay. And at the end of the day, you say, well, that doesn't really matter. We want to talk about the policies.
Now, what do you think about the fact that RFRA was not even discussed, hardly at all?
I think that was a missed opportunity from Kaine's perspective. I think he could have brought that in, particularly when they discussed social issues. I don't know if that was something he just forgot about or he purposely didn't want to go to. It was a little surprise. I thought for sure that would be something that came up.
All right, and Pence also said that Trump was not a polished politician. That may have backfired. Let's go ahead and listen to that clip.
Donald Trump and I would never support legislation that punished women who made the heartbreaking choice to end a pregnancy.
And why did Donald Trump say that?
We just never would.
Why did he say that?
Well, look, he's not a polished politician like you and Hillary Clinton. And so,
well, in that case, it really depends, I guess, on your point of view, because they were starkly different in that Kaine was saying women should have the right to choose, and Pence saying, no, it should be the government.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that was a really nice point where when they were coming to that discussion on abortion, both men acknowledged the importance that religion played, not only in their politics, but their personal lives. And they were almost conciliatory in terms of that. It was interesting because I don't think abortion is necessarily an issue that's really important for most voters in this election. But nonetheless, it came up, and the way they discussed it was really influential.
Very interesting, and not at all like the first debate.
Exactly. Quite different.
Yeah, it's almost flipped roles. All right, Laura Albright, thanks for being here.
Yes, thank you for having me.
We do appreciate it. All right, Jess, over to you.
6:27 right now.